Hey, you, get over here. Yeah, a little closer. Are you not dealing enough damage? Is that why you're here? Well, I guess I could teach you a few things. Let's do it. The first damage mechanic is speed. Watch this.
Beautiful.
Our second damage mechanic is mayhem scaling. Did you know you get more damage if you turn the difficulty up? I don't know whose idea that was, but it's f***ing brilliant.
Okay. I need him to not even touch me. Oh. Wow.
In case you were wondering, that boss has 10 billion HP on Mayhem 11. The damage cap in Borderlands 3 is 1.3 billion. Now that's a lot of damage.
Another way to take advantage of mayhem scaling is with Moses' short fuse. Now, I have very specific videos on all of the builds and gameplay that I'm showing during this. Just trying to give you guys like a quick refresher on some things that work. And with Mose, if you load into the game and you do not deal any damage, whether that to be to yourself and to another boss, your first instance of damage, your first shot is guaranteed short fuse, which gets times 31 mayhem scaling and double dips in multiple things, including all of your splash damage bonuses. With this, you can basically guarantee yourself a one shot on any boss in the game as long as it is your first instance of damage that you deal.
Our third damage mechanic is melee damage over time, specifically using the Stinger and the Unleash the Dragon, or the Fish Slap and the Unleash the Dragon. Wow, my throat hurts.
This is footage from my perfectly balanced Amara raid boss build, and it combines the Unleash the Dragon, which is a relic that procs a dot for the amount of melee damage that you deal, with the Stinger Shield, which does a shield nova when it's depleted that does melee damage, proccing dots that are dealing 300 to 400 million damage every tick. However, this build was unique in that it uses Amara's infusion ability to turn her guns into fire damage, and uses the anointment when you deal a critical hit with your weapon that matches the element of a dot on an enemy. You trigger an explosion for 500% of that dot damage. This triggers damage capping like nukes on any enemies. I had to install a mod to remove health gates just so I could see the damage, and it just one-shots everything. Easily one of the strongest damage mechanics in Borderlands.
POV of anyone that hasn't liked the video yet. Alright, our next damage mechanic is amp damage, and wearing the right damn shield.
Shields are incredibly strong in Borderlands 3. The strongest shields that come to mind for me are the Revolter Shield, which adds elemental damage to all of the damage that you deal and increases your fire rate. The Infernal Wish, which makes you shoot double projectiles or adds another projectile from your weapon. With any like multi-projectile weapons, this isn't good, but for single fire weapons like the Plague Bearer, like the Kick Charger, this is brokenly strong, and it can roll amp damage. And the footage that we're showing on screen is pairing an amp damage Infernal Wish, which is firing 2 shots of the Plague Bearer, which split into multiple projectiles, so you're absolutely covering an area in missiles, and that amp damage on the shield is going to get multiplied. It's multiplicative every time you slide with the toboggan, which is going to add another 100% amp damage multiplier to your shots. Pair that with Moses' mayhem scaling skills that get splash damage, Skagden, which adds like 450 plus bonus incendiary damage, plus the short fuse, which is going to double dip on all of your splash damage, makes for one of the strongest builds. I think this build came in top 3 of my strongest builds of all time in Borderlands 3. Pairing a good shield with the toboggan and using multiple sources of amp damage as well as other multipliers can lead to some really, really strong things.
That's unfortunately all the time we have for today. I gotta go back to being better than you at Borderlands. If you want another of these with 4 more of the highest damage mechanics, drop a like and let me know. Alright, peace.